I like to go by Dan. I was born in 1938, May 28th, and I was born in the big town of Deadwood, South Dakota. I lived there until I was 19 years old. 4 brothers and 2 sisters. So I was the next to the youngest. I had 3 oldest brothers who were home, then followed them around and did what I was told. Not till I graduated from high school. Crew, taking care of the lawns and stuff like that, were a place where I worked. A place called the Home State Gold Mine. Kind of a janitor type deal. Cut grass and things like that. Yes, I did. 2 different times. In the Army, I enlisted for 3 years the first time, and then during the Berlin crisis, 61, when they called the National Guard to active duty, I was called back for another 10 months. I got out in April of 1960, and I was called back to active duty in October of 61. When I got out, I was a specialist 4th class. I went to Okinawa. I was assigned to an ammo dump, military occupation specialist. I was in between skirmishes. They started after I went to Okinawa. I didn't see any battle or any conflict. Actually, the first 3 years, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I served 19 months in Okinawa. We went to high school. We were high school sweethearts. So I got married in 1958. 3 months later, I was in Okinawa. Well, when I got out of the service in 1960, my wife that I was married, her mother was a school teacher, and she got a job working in South Dakota. And she got a job transfer to Riverside here. When I got out of the service, I had quite a hard time finding a job. We finally bought our home, letter carrier in Riverside, until I retired in 2002. I wanted to go back to South Dakota, but I was listening to other people and decided to stay here in Riverside, and I got a job at the old Union store. Eventually took an exam to be going to the post office and be a carrier. Started in June 1961. 41 years later, I retired. We separated in 1984, right at 25 years. I had 4 boys and a girl. The girl was named Patty. Boys were Roland, Bobby, Mark, and Kenny. I was old school. I didn't believe in the mother having the job, so I worked 2 jobs for 12 years while they were going to school, just trying to make a living. I worked 8 hours at the post office, and I worked for the man across the street from me till whenever we got done. He had a septic tank pumping business and installing septic tanks. Not a very pleasant job. I was a carrier, so I would put my mail up and go out on the route, deliver it. A lot of times I didn't see anybody all day. I've got 9 grandchildren, and I got 6 great-grandchildren. Thoroughly enjoy just being around them, watching them, listening to them. I got a lot of hobbies that I used to do. I used to play handball quite often. Played 4 times a week in the heat here. Riverside. I got to be fairly good. Enjoyed doing the exercise and loved to fish. I had a lot of good years taking my boys, especially backpacking San Bernardino Mountain, High Sierra, different spots around Riverside. Hesperia. Favorite fishing was for salmon and steelhead. Moved to Oregon in 2003. Stayed there for 15 years. Really enjoyed the fishing in Klamath River. Lived right on the banks of it. Because of the fishing. It's what I dreamed about all my life. When I got my kids up out of school and on their own, I was going to move someplace north, especially steelhead fishing. I love to do that. The thrill of my life is when I catch a steelhead. The average size of a steelhead in the river up there is 7 pounds. When you get a steelhead on the line, you've got an all lot more fun. And I had a buddy that I went different places fishing in Canada, went to Alaska 1 year. Could never understand people taking vacation and not going someplace to fish. All my life I've had a fascination of the bald eagle. I've seen a lot of them. Went to Alaska especially. Stayed with my daughter for about 3.5 months. And this is a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. I put it together, and my daughter got the material made into the picture as it is. As you know, I've been taking care of the flowers. Enjoy doing that. I like to read. It's really laid back. I enjoy the people that work here. You folks do just about everything. Once you find people, there's not anybody I met that I didn't care for. I enjoy you guys. Admire you for taking care of us during this virus thing. I didn't think I would like living in a place like this, but I've really grown to like it. done just about anything I wanted to do in my life. And I enjoy it. I enjoy living here. The people are very courteous, don't argue with me. A lot different than I thought it would be with everything. I just wanted to thank you now for what you do for me as far as taking care of what I need to be doing. Thank my daughter for much as she does for me, and whatever I need, tell her. And just thank everybody for being so nice around here. It really helps me.